Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Coffee Talk, Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Now, before I get into it, I did, on the suggestion of a commenter yesterday, just as I was going to come and film today's episode, they said, why don't you go into endless mode and just experiment and maybe unlock some more recipes? So that is exactly what I did. And I'll tell you where I got to. There are some I didn't get, but let's work through it. So coffee, I got pretty much everything. There was one I couldn't get. But everything else I kind of added to the menu. In normal tea, got it all. Green tea, there was one I couldn't get. Chocolate, got it all. Blue pea, we got it all. Hibiscus, there was one I couldn't get. But we got all the milk ones. And I didn't even think of using milk as a base until, again, someone in the comments suggested it an episode or two ago, and that it didn't occur to me, but you're absolutely right. It's a thing you can do. I mean, I could have realised that for myself if I'd actually paid attention to the the menu, but obviously I didn't. Let's have a quick look at Tomada Chill then. Any friend stuff happening? No. Dinner with his team. Okay, so I don't even know what some of these races are. I don't know what that is. I don't know who these guys are. They look a bit like golems. Golems were mentioned in a headline a bit before. Oh, that's an orc, obviously. Riona, normal schedule. Good to hear, Riona. Glad to know the roads are good now. Rachel, I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too, everyone. Okay. Lucas, last night was wild. Ever had a night like that? Is he referring to the night in the coffee shop? Oh, I guess he was, because it was all that sort of spooky ghost stuff, wasn't it? That was actually really interesting. So, let's begin. Huh. I thought there was more stuff in the drawer yesterday. Am I misremembering things? What's going on in my drawer? Oh, the key lock, the key card thing's gone. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up and the weather's keeping quiet. It's like a good night to listen to some stories. Gala and Hyde. I don't think these two have been in the same place. Yeah, I don't think they've been together yet. In the cafe. Good evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala. Nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again? No, that's not it. It's just, well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time. Your Fury is at the full moon already. Ah, so he's a werewolf. No, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms. Pre-Fury symptoms? Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury, and that changes the way they react to, well, pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask, but it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small, but annoying. Oh, that doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Is there a drink that could help with that? Oh, I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Boring Dad. Since a Galahad can soothe your Fury, maybe it would work pre-Fury as well? Maybe, but I think it needs to be more relaxing. Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine and maybe blue. Okay, well, let's look at my menu, because I think in my blue menu I did come up with something called Gala something. Gala tea, how about that? So blue pea, milk, ginger. Blue pea, milk, a little ginger. Yeah, we'll try that. And because it looks so nice, and I don't even get the option to my air quotes latte art, so we'll just serve that. Here you go, a Gala tea for you. Oh, do you come up with these names on the spot, Boring Dad? No, it takes a bit of soul searching to tailor it to the situation and so on. Oh, that almost makes you sound like you know in advance what we're going to order. Call it a sixth sense. Right, let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Oh wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed. Oh, I'm very happy to hear that. What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen? Actually, boring Dad, I guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help.
My help?
Oh, come on, I wasn't that bad. No, I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. Oh. Most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. Oh, there's nothing to worry about. You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit. Ugh.
I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all.
You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling, looking so gloomy it sucked the colour out of the room. And it's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Please help me help him, boring Dad. I'm at my wit's end.
Mr. Hyde?
Ugh, fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old, and I've never been this bored in my entire life.
Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older.
40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species years. I was on the prize, boring Dad. Intervention first, gossip later.
My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde?
Oh, my job.
What was that?
Oh, my job. Hey, no need to shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs, but modelling stopped being fun ages ago.
You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modelling behind then?
Yes.
Is there a specific reason for that?
It's all just so brief. Back when I started modelling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while, so they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months, and I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came, and it all became disposable. Clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what? 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there.
Isn't that changing these days, though, with slow fashion and the like?
Oh, that's true. People are getting into vintage clothes, too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond.
So are you saying that you'd like to leave more of a mark?
Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered. That became part of their lives in a real way. You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you. That's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts. Do mistake me for a hard-working vampire. Do you see what I'm dealing with, boring Dad?
It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde.
Yes, that sounds good. Just make me something I like. Anything you've seen me enjoy recently or when we first met.
Okay, well, recently he had something that had ginger in. Was it a coffee? Was it the jar Tobruk, wasn't it, with the ginger? Because he knew that I'd run out of ginger and was teasing me with it. So if we do coffee, coffee, ginger... he liked that, didn't he? Jahe Tobruk. Here you go, Mr. Hyde. You seem to like this well enough. Yeah. Nice, Poor and Dead. And you lost your bet, Hyde. A bet? When Hyde was wallowing self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him, and I bet you could remember what he liked, even if he gave you no instructions. So now I get to say that I was right, and Hyde gets to buy me dinner. At a place of my choosing. Oh. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it. Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala? Oh, let's see. You say it, Hyde. He has won every single one of the bets we've ever made. Wow. Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food. Just rub it in my face, why won't you? Who have we got? Oh, it's Lua. Who was... Lua was French, wasn't she? Bonjour, everyone. Hey, Lua. Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. Oh, hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it. Oh, that's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. But we ended up fighting with bellies instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments. Oh, it's all right. They're kind of fun to watch. How are things with you two, by the way? Just let me order before I answer, if that's all right, boring that, Dad? Oh, of course. What would you like? I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Is there anything you'd recommend for that? Definitely something with lemon and honey. Oh, sounds great. I'd love a lemon and honey drink then, please. Now let's just check my little database here. We've got cough syrup, lemon, honey, green tea. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Green tea, lemon, honey. Ba-ding! That's good, doesn't it? Here you go, some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Oh, merci, Dr. Boring Dad. This is truly lovely, just what I needed. Oh, that's great to hear. My company is trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. Oh, that sounds pretty tough. Oui, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making, and part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it, so it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm drink. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Bai and I have been fighting. Yeah, and I told me a little bit about it too. Right, well, we haven't discussed a wedding for the past couple of days, and honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bai means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I am annoyed. Which makes me even more annoyed. He's not great, I know. Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If you only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? Oh, that's true. Although I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. Oh, that's a problem, I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. The decision-making of my job is taking a toll, for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Bai to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bai, but the way we're planning it, oh, je ne sais pas. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. There are always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They are in these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all feels more and more off to me.
Why don't you tell your fiancé that?
What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget?
Well, that's up to how you communicate it, isn't it?
Oui, but it's still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Bai wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him.
I swear you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right?
I mean, generally, I get that, but how does it apply here?
What do you think it means to honor your partnership?
Oh, to celebrate it properly, for starters.
Right. And who are you in that partnership with?
Oh, I believe you've met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes?
Right, I'm glad you remember that, because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married, and the strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours.
I still want a pretty outfit and decent food.
Oh, thank goodness.
But point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations.
Did they openly say that?
No?
Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own.
Oh, I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Merci, Had.
Oh, my pleasure. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. Maybe you should become a therapist. Sounds like a good idea. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counsellor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that.
Are you looking to change careers, Ad?
He's bored of modelling, finds it too impermanent, wants to leave a mark, wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary.
Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modelling fun again?
I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago.
What happens then?
I was modelling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s.
Oh, my granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that?
Yes, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light. And also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual, posing, switching, posing some more. But something felt different. Then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that.
Oh, is that unusual?
Yes, most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her darkroom. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out. You always did have a fondness for dark places. Yes, comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know. A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait. When she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera. And it was the first time she really liked a portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales. Or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it.
No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea. I think of another career for you.
Oh, please share, Lua. You've been doing both of us a solid. Go on, then.
Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently, but apparently film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's like what you said, it captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that.
Who, me? Nah, the other vampire is looking for a new line of work. I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month.
Oh, well, forget about it then.
No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You'd solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents. But the most important thing, you'd do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. You're assuming they won't get divorced.
I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. Oh, it's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life.
Oh, that career in the mafia is really looking up. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm going to head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yes, all right.
That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Merci again, Ad, and good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one.
It will be. Good night, Lua. Good night, boring dad.
Yeah, see you later.
Good night, you two. Here we go again, last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? Well, that's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. It sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience, and you do like being around people, don't you? I do, sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then, next thing you know... I don't want to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone, to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one. Not really. I'd know. The one time I tried, it really didn't work out.
But do you regret trying?
No, I guess I don't. It's confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there, like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute, when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then... Oh, sorry, this is me. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating, and something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Boring Dad. And I'm too tired to fight your logic, which means it's time for me to head back.
Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here.
Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness, Galar is from a long-living species, but even then he'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now, in a century, maybe 2. And Lure and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will. Am I right, Boring Dad?
That's very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde.
Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. To continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me.
Well, thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We'll make sure it's not misplaced.
I know you will.
And on that note, I guess I'm going to go browse for some film cameras.
What's the worst that can happen?
Indeed.
Take care of yourself, friend.
And you as well.
So what does he mean? Are we immortal? Are we a vampire?
Let's have a look at our updates. We've got a few here. Got a couple from messages from Lucas. Hey guys, up? Guess where I am? Because sure as hell I don't know. Okay. Riona, are you lost? Okay, she's replying to Lucas. Oh. So we've got a couple of friends updates then, I suppose. We've got a couple of drink orders right today. Got Lua. Got all her right. So people have been saying, in case anyone was wondering and didn't look at the comments, this is the first verse of the Claire de Lune poem, I think. We'll read her favourite things. Lover of the bright moonlight, believer in a life without a fight. I'm a big fan of art and poetry. What I'm doing with my life, working 9 to 5 in a trading company by day, going to poetry readings and museums on the weekends, enraptured by the forbidden fruit. Mangoes. Hi, we got all his right as well. So I don't know if we read that, so I'm part of Lost Angels Agency, old enough yet still seeking the truth and purpose of life. Favourite things, the fact I've been blood sober for 10 years. What I'm doing with my life, currently a model, past, stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. Okay, so this is displaying our level of familiarity, I think, or just maybe how many times they've been in, because we've only seen Rachel the once, haven't we? Georgie's been in a couple of times. Okay. Yes, this is how many times they've visited. So Bailey's has been in once, we got his right. It's mainly the space guys. Obviously got Aqua's wrong. She doesn't have anything by her. Riona. We've got Gallus right, haven't we? He's been in a couple of times. Maybe we get one of his wrong. But anywho, the world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. Who are we? God, that's incredibly mysterious. Butterfly pea. Strikingly blue tea is known to be a stress buster, full of antioxidants. That was another interesting one. Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Just have a quick look at the headlines before I sign off. So, new image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. A review. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. So, I'll just say thanks very much for watching this episode of Coffee Talk, episode 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please do hit the thumbs up button on the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the game and this playthrough. Hopefully unlocking most of the drinks menu will be slightly less frustrating when I'm making drinks for people. It seemed to work out tonight quite well, which is good. So thanks to the commenter who made that suggestion. I think that's been very useful. And yeah, if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it would be great if you could do so. It would be great to have you on board. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next time for more Coffee Talk, episode 2. Bye for now.